If I had to describe this program in one word, that word would be phenomenal.
My one word would be uplifting. Awesome. Awesome. When you're sitting amongst a group of women, you don't know each other, but you find out that you start to share common thoughts. You become motivated, you become inquisitive. And from that first day of orientation, where sometimes you wonder, I joined this health class, and then there's a whole bunch of skinny women running around, what are they gonna teach me? But the way they structured it, and they went from teaching you about cholesterol, about diabetes, stress, your mind, your body, and then the exercise, it's balancing it.
When you finish, you're going to have a whole menu of words and phrases, the good, the bad, and the consequences, right? On your next sheet, you're going to look back at the first sheet and use those terms and those words to come up with your own poetry, your own haiku, okay? And I do this with 5-year-olds, so you can definitely do it. It's easy. Haiku is an ancient form of Japanese poetry, 17 syllables, to say something very concisely, using just 17 syllables, 5 on the first line, 7 on the second, and 5 on the third, in order to make a point. So we had the women brainstorm about good foods, unhealthy foods or bad foods, and then the consequences of doing too much of the bad foods. And then they take their list and all the words and phrases and turn those into poetry.
Chips grow on my hips. Salmon tastes good on my lips. To lose is to gain.
All right. People know what to do. They know what to eat, they know what to not eat. And so going through this exercise, they become the experts. They speak about what to eat, what not to eat, and the consequences of unhealthy eating.
I looked at myself in the mirror and I really didn't like what I saw. And I don't think it was so much of a self-esteem issue. It was a thing of, I know that I could be better. I know that the way I feel on the inside, it's just not me, and so I decided that I have to take advantage, I have to take control of this situation, and I want to feel better. I want to embrace myself in the way that I did. And I think that really exercising and really having that wellness, and just that inner peace is really what, I was searching for.
When you woke up in the morning, happy or peaceful, by the time you get the kids ready or grandkids ready if you have one, frustrated, anxious, or maybe by the time you got out and your car stopped, hysterical,
We have worked with our women here at the Center for Black Women Wellness to look at how do they center themselves and be mindful of everything that they do. Mostly, be mindful of your moods, your feelings, and your emotions, and how that impacts your attitude and how that impacts your communication styles, as well as how that impacts your life in general. Do you start something but you never finish? Do you set goals, or don't you set goals because you are afraid? Are you worried about so many things? And do all these things steal the joy of life from you?
But these are all that happens in our body. Even the constipation, it knocks your stomach, some people wanting to run, some people start trembling, you shaking, the sweaty hands and everything. Does that make sense?
Stress is a part of our everyday lives, even food is, but just learning how to really manage that stress and put it into practical terms has really been great for me, and I've actually been able to do that, and I have, felt better, so that's one thing I can honestly say that I use regularly, because I was already kind of on the track of trying to change my eating habits, but the stress management was something I never did, so it's definitely been a tremendous blessing for me, to learn about that.
Well, I'm 44,
And I went to the doctor in October, and they told me I was gonna have to be on blood pressure pills. And I asked the doctor what could I do to get off, so that I won't be on blood pressure pills. He told me that I had to change, the way I eat and exercise more. So that's what I did. That's what I've been doing. I was like gonna be 44 taking heart medicine and diabetes medicine, and my mom 67 is not. So that was one thing, that's one factor that made me start to sit up and pay attention. And I have a daughter that is overweight. And I'm constantly getting on her about her weight. So in order for me to talk to her about, her weight, I was gonna have to do something about mine. So once I started doing it, now she getting up, and you know what? She been losing more weight than I have now.
Pull it in, move it to the side. Turn it out each side. Pull it in, move it to the back.
We like to start out our Zumba classes with a nice stretch, with some upbeat music, get the ladies going, and then we just go full on in. And we like to just, of course, get their energy up, heart rate up. Zumba is all about the party. That's the whole saying, is like, ditch the workout, join the party. So that's exactly what Zumba is about. Zumba alone, you usually burn at least 900 calories. So you're definitely, breaking a sweat, getting your adrenaline up, and having a lot of fun. That's the whole point, is for the ladies to have a really good time. So that's what we do. We bring up the energy, they have a good time, they go home, we give them challenges and exercises to practice throughout the week so that they stay active while they're not at Zumba. And then they come back next week. We do it every week. Bring it down. Touch the ground.
It's not just me coming here and learning something and it's just for me. No, it's not. It's for me, my 2 girls, and my husband, and my family, because I'm telling it to my sister, telling it to my mama, telling it to my coworker, and my church people. So I'm telling it to everybody, so everybody getting a little piece of this.
If you really are serious about taking that first step to a better you, this is definitely the program for you. I've enjoyed every session. I make it a point to be here and, just really gleaning from them and really getting information has really changed my life. And in essence, this is what I was looking for, something that I can use to help change my life.
Along the way, you're developing a family atmosphere. They put you into groups. Each day you look forward to, it's almost an additional stress reliever, because you come here and you're learning. I've learned how to reflect. I've learned how to balance. I've learned how to cope. And at the end of the day, I feel uplifted.